Dubai's real estate market is evolving fast, but some developers stand out for quality, consistency, and long-term value. Today, we're sitting down with Ali Omran, who's the sales manager from Sobha Realty. Hi, Ali.
Hi.
Sobha is one of Dubai's most premium developers, known for craftsmanship, end-user focus, and strong investor confidence. We're going to talk about market trends, buyer demand, project quality, and what really matters for investors and home buyers in 2026 and beyond.
Let's get started.
Let's get started. So Ali, Sobha Realty is known for quality. What truly sets Sobha apart from other Dubai developers?
That will have to do with the ultimate fully backward integrated concept that we have and more than 50 years in the international market. So something that has already been tested and proven, and a lot of investors have already made a lot of money so far in the last 50 years.
Sobha controls most of its construction in-house. So how does this impact build quality and delivery timelines?
It means that we can definitely source at a very higher level and complete projects because we have full control from A to Z and no third party. Usually third parties are the ones that create this lag in complete construction, and I believe Sobha definitely executes because we know the entire timeline of the entire construction.
Who is buying Sobha properties today? Is it end users, investors, or international buyers?
It's going to be definitely a pool of all, but majority are going to be two nations, which is the Indian nation and of course the UK citizens. They are the two biggest buyers. But in general, it's usually the investors who are completely looking from an investment perspective in the international spectrum of Sobha.
From an investor perspective, how do Sobha projects perform in terms of rental yields and long-term appreciation?
Now, from a rental yield perspective, it does play a huge role as it is an end user product with the quality that is being built and the communities that we're setting apart. So usually the tenant will pay slightly extra to gain into this access of that community. Now, from an appreciation perspective, we have a good amount of other buildings that are nearby. From a comparable market analysis, the prices are definitely rising more than 30 to 35% in the end of each project.
How does Sobha decide where to develop? And why are master plan communities so important?
In today's market, I think what we're going to go through is that Sobha uses all their 8 companies. One of them is called PNC Investments. It's an investment group that decides through data to make sure that the location makes sense from the market trends, and not only that, from a rental yield perspective in that location. Meaning that Sobha's put in a position to have a strong hold from an investment plot purchase. And from a community perspective, we usually create communities is because it protects the price in and around the entire area compared to a standalone tower. Now, standalone tower are still great, but a community will dictate the price in its surroundings, so it completely protects the price for long-term yields.
Many buyers are cautious about off-plan projects. Why should buyers feel confident about investing in Sobha off-plan developments?
Now, Sobha is put in a position as a complete international brand. As an international brand, the last more than decade that we've been here in Dubai, we have never been late. And this is something that is very strong. Now, from an international market perspective and national side of things, the UAE has strict laws for all developers that if they're late, there's this point that they can actually lose their trade license. Now, this is something to keep intact for all investors to keep cool, meaning that this is a market where international buyers are at a very high level. We need to make sure that they understand that because majority of what Sobha brings to the table is the extreme level of construction and the law of the UAE as well.
50 years, right?
Yes, more than 50 years in the market, in the international market, never been late. And most importantly, it's the trademark that we go after. Not only the quality, but handing on time and making sure the community is always well maintained and property management for the longest period of time.
Can you share insights on upcoming Sobha projects and future expansion plans in Dubai?
Yes, we are actually expanding internationally as well. We are going to Sydney. We're going to be going to Texas. This is going to be in the next couple of months, completely residential projects. Here in the UAE, we are going to be launching in the next couple of days a very big project called Sobha Sanctuary that will be coming in on this upcoming Monday. A very massive project at 38 million square feet. And then we have a very beautiful one coming up in the next couple of weeks that will be going into Abu Dhabi. That will be their first ever expansion into Abu Dhabi. So I believe this year we're going to be expanding internationally and locally.
And why do top performing developers have aggressive payment plans?
Very good question. Now, aggressive payment plan plays on both roles. It's a complete filtering system to make sure that the investor is not being put in a position where other smaller investors are put in the same pool. What that means is that if some of the prices are a little bit higher and the payment plan is slightly more aggressive, it keeps a good filtering system for the developer. And we've seen this throughout the 5 top developers here in the UAE. They all have aggressive payment plans. Sometimes you have to be right in the sweet spot because easy payment plans attracts easy investors, and easy investors walk out even if they make a small amount of appreciation. They would like to cash out, and this will ruin the entire market in that particular tower or in that community.
Before we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to add that we haven't covered today?
I really want to touch on the point of the UAE. I think the UAE has completely changed in the last couple of years, and I think we're heading into a very new era. A lot of people entered into the UAE because it was a lot more cheaper than Europe and other places around the world. And I think in the next 6-7 years, we're going to be even more expensive than Europe. And we can prove it with the services, with all the healthcares and everything that comes along with the UAE. And I truly, truly believe, thank you so much for having me today. But I really want to touch on that point because I believe in the next couple of years, all the people who have invested into the market for the last couple of years will definitely benefit more and more and more in every single point.
Thank you, Ali, for joining us today and sharing these valuable insights.
My pleasure.
And thank you to everyone who joined us. If you found this conversation helpful, drop your thoughts and questions in the comments below and let us know what you'd like to hear next.